Long-term manipulation does not end with control. It ends with cost. A psychological cost that is often invisible, but deeply felt. When the mind lives in constant adaptation, it slowly loses its sense of stability. At first, the changes seem small, being more careful, more patient, more understanding, but over time, these adjustments become permanent. The first cost appears in emotional awareness. Feelings become harder to identify. Discomfort feels normal. Tension feels familiar. The mind stops reacting because reaction has learned to be unsafe. Emotions are muted, not because they disappeared, but because they were ignored for too long. Another cost appears in self-trust. Decisions feel uncertain. Choices are second-guessed. The mind no longer relies on its own judgment, because it learned that judgment caused instability, so it hesitates. It looks outward for validation. Confidence erodes quietly. Long-term manipulation also affects identity. The person you were and the person you became no longer feel aligned. Preferences feel unclear. Boundaries feel blurred. You know something is wrong, but you can't easily explain what changed. This creates internal conflict, a sense of disconnection from the self. Another deep cost is chronic vigilance. The nervous system remains alert, always scanning tone, mood, silence, relaxation. Feels unfamiliar. Calm feels temporary. The body learns to expect disruption. Even in safe moments, this constant alertness is exhausting, and exhaustion lowers resilience. Long-term manipulation also reshapes expectations of relationships. Consistency feels unrealistic. Clarity feels optional. Emotional safety feels rare. The mind adapts to instability and begins to accept it as normal. This is how patterns repeat, not because the past is desired, but because it feels familiar. One of the most painful costs is self-blame. When something feels wrong, the mind looks inward. What am I doing wrong? What should I change? Responsibility remains internal, even when control was external. This keeps awareness delayed and healing postponed. Understanding the psychological cost of manipulation is not about reliving pain. It is about restoring context. What felt like weakness was adaptation. What felt like confusion was survival, and survival can be unlearned. Awareness creates separation. Separation creates perspective. Perspective allows choice, and choice is where recovery begins. This series was not about fear, it was about clarity, about seeing patterns that often remain unnamed. When patterns are named, they lose power. Thank you for exploring these themes with Dark Mind Theory. In the next series, we'll dive deeper into narcissistic behavior, covert control, and the psychology of influence. Subscribe and continue exploring the hidden patterns of human behavior.